Let's learn how to make Korean rice wine, or what you might know as makgeolli, with the Sul Company. Oh, and Doobie Doobap is here as well. The Sul Company specializes in spreading awareness and knowledge about Korean alcohol, aka sul in Korean. And we swung by to learn more about Korean sul brewing and how to make a single fermented sul called dannyangju in Korean, which only consists of 3 ingredients: water, rice, and nuruk, which is a special fermentation starter unique to Korean sul making. First, we got a tour of the space. We checked out some of the unique equipment they use to prepare the ingredients for larger batches of makgeolli, such as this machine just for cleaning rice, this granite stone mill, and these fermenters that are designed to agitate the sul as it's brewing. Before we got into making our sul, we learned all about the history and the science behind Korean sul making before finally making our own. The rice and the nuruk were prepared before we arrived, both were left to soak, and the rice was left to drain before we steamed it. While the rice is steaming, we filtered the nuruk to remove the solids. Brewing with the solids can leave off flavors and smells which aren't very desirable in the final drink. The rice is steamed to an almost al dente consistency before being laid out to cool off to about 20 degrees Celsius. You can see the difference here between how white the overcooked rice is compared to the quote-unquote al dente rice. Once cooled, the rice and the nuruk water are combined and sort of massaged together to allow the rice to absorb the liquid. By cooking the rice al dente, it allows the grains to absorb some of the liquid, which will allow the enzymes to start breaking down the rice grains into something the yeast can digest into alcohol. Then everything is transferred into containers to ferment for just under a week. Luckily, there was a batch that was ready to filter, so we got to taste that as well as some of the other batches that were of different ages. Even though everything was the same recipe, the variation in flavor would make you think that they were completely different drinks. Overall, this was a much more in-depth, engaging experience than I was expecting, and would highly recommend checking them out if you're in Seoul and you want to learn an important part of Korean culture.